reviewing Strange New Worlds, Episode 9, The Death of the Favorite Character. And, of course, there will be spoilers. If you are not interested in watching spoilers, then you should go watch the episode and then come back. If you do not care, stick around. It's going to be a fantastic conversation because, yes, Hemmer, our favorite character, tested poorly and was removed from the show. Hemmer's out.
I have a theory on why he's gone.
Hemmer's
Actually,
out.
I have a really good theory.
Which, our Hemmer video, that is the lowest viewed video on our entire channel.
It makes sense now.
It makes sense now. I guess he really did test poorly. And we liked him and we thought he would be a great character, but I guess everyone else didn't.
That really scares me. It means we don't know what the hell we're talking about. Holy cow. It's like the realization.
We're like, Hemmer's the best character. They're like, no, he's dead.
He's
gone. He's gone. You know what I thought for just a moment? He was going to sacrifice himself, but how the Gorn hate the cold. He is an Anar, so I thought, he's going to go out in the cold where only he can really survive.
Yes.
What? Why didn't that happen?
Missed opportunity. I thought that was going to happen right until he fell off the cliff.
Yeah, it's like they really wanted to make sure that the audience knew that he was dead. Right?
Yeah, they wanted. Yeah, there's no coming back from this one.
Right. What would have been genius, Shane? What would have been genius, and I'm telling you right now, is instead of falling off the ship, if he walked into the blizzard, and like the white just took him, right?
Yeah.
And you think, Hemmer's gone. But he's Anar. He grew up in that cold. The Gorn die. And then years later, there's an episode where, like, they find him. And he's got a beard. You know what I mean?
How about episodes later, not years later?
Episodes later, right.
Episodes later. Well, we can talk about it as we go. But I have a theory on why they did this. And,
All
let's
right.
save it for the review.
Well, let's get it going here.
So I guess we're going to be talking about Star Trek. Okay, cool.
Yeah, we're talking about Star Trek Strange New Worlds, Shane.
The logo gave it away.
A CBS production.
Downvote.
All right.
Sorry.
Downvote.
You didn't start it yet. Sorry.
Okay, man.
Downvote. Oh, sorry. No. You keep messing with me, man. Stop it.
Okay, man. Chill out.
Okay.
Here we go.
Ooh,
all right, we open up in the captain's lounge.
I want to eat in Captain Pike's galley. Looks good.
I want to eat Captain Pike.
Hemmer went to Thailand and we'll be back with the culture. Nice callback to last week's show, Fractured Vision.
Wait,
well done.
No one even knows the reference.
Well done. Brian's going to Thailand to get a massage, guys.
No, that's not accurate. Please do not put that out in the world. I don't want.
Sorry, he wanted to go to Thailand to get a massage.
I'm gonna get canceled. All right, we're in.
Too late,
bro. Jesus, man.
Sorry.
Okay.
It's been a weird week.
We're in the captain's lounge. He's cooking dinner for the crew. And what are they there for, Shane? Why are they in the captain's lounge eating dinner? What's the purpose, Shane?
Well, the purpose is that the cadets have now served their rotational period of time. So there's two cadets. And also we're about to, it's kind of funny the way they did it. We're about to advance Ensign Duke.
Ensign Duke.
Duke's
crowd favorite Ensign Duke is getting advanced.
He is the most weird looking, like, human Starfleet officer. Like if you get a close up on his face, you're like, that guy don't look like he should be in uniform. He looks like he should be here with us on this podcast.
Yeah. The problem with Lieutenant Duke,
there he is.
He
doesn't look like he should be with us.
Yeah, he doesn't look like a Starfleet officer. He looks like a podcast. It looks like a podcaster that does Star Trek reviews every Saturday at 10 on the Salty Nerd channel.
Right. So wait, good-looking person. Right, good-looking person. Oh my Lord God!
He looks like all of us nerds.
Dukes.
It's like did he win like a raffle?
He's dead, dude. Oh, fan of the month, bro.
Like a fan raffle? Did he win like a Fan raffle. You get to be on this. You get to be on Star Trek: Strange New Worlds. You won the mail-in raffle.
Listen, he doesn't even get like a look at Chief Kyle, who's not even in the episode, gets listed on IMDb, but Lieutenant Duke doesn't even get an IMDb. Wow. Cool. Dude's in the episode. Look at that. Is that a little red undershirt right there? This collar. What color is that?
We need to make a new podcast on our channel and call it the Lieutenant Duke Show.
Nobody's gonna remember him after this episode.
Duke's bike repair shop.
He's gonna start his own podcast after this, and he'll be like, "I was in Strange New Worlds."
It's entirely possible he's literally like one of the crew. He's one of the writers or a producer or associate producer or something.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. Well, he's not listed. Well, let me see. I'm looking at more cast. Let's see. All cast and crew. Let's see. Do we get a Lieutenant Duke? Yeah. Teddy Kellogg is his name. Hey, Teddy's got kind of like some cool. He's known for he was Murdoch Mysteries, How to Buy a Baby, Bitten. All right, he's been in some stuff.
He's in an informational series on how to buy a baby.
I don't know, man. How to Buy a Baby TV series.
It's an advertisement for his Facebook group. All right.
We've been spent too much time on.
We really spent a lot of time. We're gonna call this. We're gonna stop this, and this will be a separate clip called Lieutenant Dan.
All right.
Although, isn't it? I'm sorry, Duke. Oh my God, I said Dan.
Ooh, his nickname is Teddy Smooth.
Teddy Smooth.
It's Teddy Smooth.
Okay, that's my new podcast name, Teddy Smooth. Hey, Teddy Smooth here with Shane, plain old Shane.
Then I'm just plain old Shane. That's good. I like that.
And I'm Teddy Smooth.
All right. Good luck, Teddy. All right, Lieutenant Duke. Do your job.
All right. So
what's funny about it is they make. Oh, sorry. No. What's funny about it is they make it seem like something bad's about to happen to him. Lieutenant or Ensign Duke, front and center. And if you notice, the cadets' faces get all nervous. They're like, "Oh my gosh, what's going to happen?" There's a little bit of overacting going on here. That's not so good. But
yes, we need to move on from Lieutenant Duke.
Sorry.
Okay, Uhura is sitting. She's standing off away from the crowd, looking pensive.
Yes.
And Ortegas walks up and says, "Yo, what's up, man? How you doing?" And she's like, "Permission to speak freely, sir." I didn't.
That was great. See, upvote me right now for Uhura.
Okay.
Yes. She's following protocol. She's a Starfleet officer trying to be a cadet, and she's trying to do the right thing. And what does the idiot do? What's the response? What are you talking about? It's me. We're buddies.
Yeah, but they are at a social event. It's not like it's a work event.
I'm sorry. It's not very military. She's a lieutenant commander, right?
It's true, but like I had people that outranked me in the military that I was friends with outside the military.
You were, but see, that's we can talk about this later, but you were in a different type of thing. So it was not normal for, like, if you're Reg Nav, you never, even off duty, you're not allowed to be friends with anybody.
Well, I wasn't friends with like my top or my like officers.
Yeah, if they're more than like one or two ranks above or below you, then you're not allowed to be friends with them.
That's
I mean,
fair.
Star Trek can do
I wasn't like friends with like big boys. No.
Yeah. So I mean, it's kind of funny. She's not even really. She's a cadet, so she's not even an ensign yet.
Right.
And this person's like, it could have been like, "Hey, relax. It's cool. We're all good here." But it's like, why are you talking to me like that? We're buddies. And I'm like, okay,
it's me, right. Teddy Smooth.
Teddy Smooth.
Anyway, so she basically tells Ortegas that like she's leaving Starfleet or whatever.
Right. Yeah. She's even through all these experiences. She's like, I'm just spinning my wheels or whatever.
Yeah. So basically, she doesn't know what she wants. It is almost insulting for her to be like, I'm just spinning my wheels here in Starfleet. Like most people work their entire lives to get into Starfleet, and she's like,
yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if this is the place for me. I'm going to find something better. Okay.
It seems kind of weird. Like she had life and death situations.
Right.
She's like proven to the crew that she's basically the smartest person on board the ship at this point.
Yeah. She's like
and
Wesley Crusher.
again this episode, she will. Yeah, she's the Wesley Crusher of this show, right?
But way
and we'll see in this episode, same problem. She's once again solves problems, that nobody else was. You're dumb enough to figure out how to do it. Captain's like, I don't know, but Uhura's like, well, obviously because this, and this equals that. Well, goodness, Uhura, I hope you're right because we could all die in just a second. Let's just listen to the cadet.
Some people's gonna die. Yeah. By the way, KB says, am I the only one that noticed that Duke looks like Brian without a beard? This is why I have a beard, bro.
Oh, shoot.
So I don't look like Duke. Okay.
Maybe that's why I said he was like a YouTuber. Yeah. Thanks, guys.
All right. All right. So moving on. So what they figure out is they have to they gotta split the shit up. Ship. Oh my god, I meant to say ship. I'm sorry.
Gotta split this shit up, man. What's up?
Ship. Because they need to get some power cells to.
They got to get some converters at Tashi Station, or
I wanted to go to Tatooine to get some power cells. So they got to get power cells at some station, and what's happening is the power cells, I guess, like they expire, which is weird to me. But they got to get I don't know, how do power cells expire?
I mean, it's a battery, right?
Yeah, I got batteries from like 5 years ago. I don't know.
I mean, but eventually they run out.
If they're being used.
So these aren't being used? Okay.
No, they're not. They're delivering them to the space station because they need them to keep the lights on, which I feel is a bad way to run a space station.
For somebody to deliver the lights.
Right, like if you need someone to deliver your power every week, I feel like it's a bad move.
I mean, what other option? Maybe you don't have any other option.
Well, in Discovery, the space station, one of the space stations stays on for like 500 years.
Like, I mean, this is early Starfleet.
Okay. Yeah, no.
Remember?
No, yeah. I guess. Okay, all right. Archmage says it's not just some station; it's the station from the Triple episode. That's cool. So they name dropped that up, but it still is weird to me that you need power cells to run your space station. Like I feel like there should be a better way of getting your power. Anyways,
since I don't know what a power cell is, then I'm just going to go with it.
It's a battery.
Yeah, got it. Yeah. But see, to me, batteries. If I have a battery in the drawer, it's eventually, even if I don't use it, it's eventually going to lose its charge, right?
Maybe over years.
Okay.
Not days.
Huh.
Right. I don't know. So, anyways, they got to split the ship up, and basically, so they got to get the power cells to the station, and they also have to go investigate this ship. It was made this new class of ship that's basically. I'm going to turn the subtitles on so I can see it.
I love how I love how basically the entire crew gets split up, but we only lose one person from the regular show.
From the command.
Una's the only one that doesn't go along.
Yeah, the rest of the whole command staff goes down there.
Right.
So I guess the ship is as new. I guess new to them. Classification of ship that uses parts from the Constitution class, so it looks exactly like the Enterprise. Which I don't know why you would make a whole new classification of ship and just make it look like the Constitution class, but that's cool. So yeah, they're all going over there because the power cells can't wait, and they're going to take a couple of shuttles and go get that ship the ship back in the air. There we go.
Or space. Yeah.
Or space. Now, one thing here I did like when Pike said, use the station wagon thing.
Yeah, that's always good when we get a Spock. I don't understand what you're saying, Earthling thing going on.
Yeah, I don't know if it's worth an upvote this time though. I feel like I've upvoted.
No.
Okay.
No, we've upvoted the heck out of that.
All right. Moving on. Oh, and here's another fun fact. Because the ion storms and technical mumbo jumbo, blah blah blah. The planet won't allow for long range communication. So they're on their own.
I like that. I like it when things make sense. It's not a plot device, you know. It's not. It's something acceptable that we believe.
Right. And you're right. The crew is the ship is built. It's like a small version of the Constitution class, I guess, because it fits less people.
Awesome.
Okay. So they're on a planet. That's a cool
graphics
shot.
here.
Yeah, I'm gonna give that
a vote. This cool shot.
I always like good graphics.
I love the nice little ice planet.
Very cool. Yeah. You know what's funny is I read the synopsis for this episode and episode 10, and I think the website I read it from mixed them up because this was the synopsis for the following week, and I almost think this would have made a better finale because it felt final, like everyone's taking off and doing their own thing. Hammer died.
That means that we need a cliffhanger. So next week will be a cliffhanger.
That's what that means.
Yeah.
Because this is a proper finale, but they need a cliffhanger.
Yeah. If this was like one season, like if let's say the show wasn't going to be back, then this would have been the one you want to end it on, I guess. Yeah. Because Uhura's, confirmed what she's going to do and Hammer's dead, but yeah.
Yeah. All right, they got to hike to the ship. Why am I tired right now? Because at this moment, this is boring. To me.
The podcast or the show?
No, the show. I feel like they spent a long time on like just park outside the ship. Like we don't need to see all this. Like none of this was necessary. Just a heads up.
That's true. They didn't need to. Yeah, I guess we didn't really need to understand exactly how I guess it was a crash ship, right? Or down ship.
It's a crash ship on an ice planet that's hostile. That's snow.
That's all we know.
We all understand snow. That's where it ends. I'm being nitpicky, which is why I didn't give it a downvote per se. I'm just saying that, like, I have this problem. It's hard for me not to watch something and point out the unnecessary parts of it because so much TV nowadays is just full of filler. It's like filler. And it's excessive. All right, they get in the ship and he goes, all right, we need a full diagnostic. And he starts handing out chores, Hammer's gonna... Go ahead.
There's blood, Captain. There's blood.
Yeah, I was going to get there.
I just wanted to point it out because I saw blood there.
There's blood.
That's what everybody keeps saying over and over again. It's blood, Captain.
So Hammer's going to get the ship power back on, and someone's going to get the logs, and someone else is going to get this part and that part or whatever. And then they find blood and a bloody handprint. Oh, no. There's something inside the ship.
Is there something inside the ship? Because they haven't figured it out yet.
So I find it interesting that the Gorn they've evolved to sort of avoid sensors, which is a cool idea. I don't know how it works, but that's a cool idea. And that's why when they picked up, because we'll get to that, they do, the way the ship got there in the first place was it picked up like 3 survivors. And one of the survivors, I guess it was the Andorian or the Tellarite or whatever, I forgot, some race, had the eggs growing inside him.
No, it was Orion.
Orion, sorry. Had the eggs growing inside the Orion. And when they scanned them, they were fine, but they still hatched. Now, interesting enough, our crew here scans the survivors they find, and when they find no anomalies, their first reaction is, okay, they're good. But at this point, they know that the other crew members the other 3 people that caused this problem were also scanned, and they didn't find anything.
At this point, I mean, they don't know it's Gorn yet.
No,
this point, we don't know.
Not at this exact point. I'm talking about at the point where they scan the survivors that we find.
Yeah.
They're aware that the previous crew also scanned their survivors, and they didn't think there was a problem.
Okay, I must have missed that little part.
Yeah. All right. So no backup batteries. They gotta go, and they gotta get everything back on board. Okay. And the crew went outside, and they got caught in a brutal storm, and they all died. It's very convenient. What kind of storm just like shreds people?
I guess, yeah. When you're on a planet that's, I'm sure they've got them where it's like below freezing, and you come in, and if you're outside, you're done.
That's fair.
I mean, yeah. I mean, if you went to certain parts of probably, Siberia or
Damn,
Canada,
bro, your camera is so bad, it's crazy.
I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, neither do I. We got to fix your internet at one point.
Internet.
What's that?
I think it's probably I got something on.
It's your Wi-Fi or whatever. Okay. So either way, and again, nothing is like really super important here. But I did like this moment when they explained exactly why the ship went down. It was a humanoid girl, when they scanned the ship, and they found out that there was a humanoid girl and a humanoid of unknown origin. The reason I like that, and I'm going to give it an upvote, is because initially I thought, oh, it's a human girl with a Gorn.
Oh, yeah, that did kind of give me an initial idea, right?
Right. So that was like a little distraction, a sleight of hand there a little bit. I like that.
Okay. Yeah, that's cool.
And they gotta go find him. Blah blah blah. All right. Human or gone. One human, the other unknown.
Dun dun dun
dun dun dun. Yeah. So they just they know that their sensors don't work on the Gorn, right? Or they
don't know that.
Oh, they don't know yet. So they find out this episode.
Yes.
Interesting. All right. All right, moving on. Lots of dead bodies. It's a horror story in this.
There's blood, Captain. There's blood.
There's blood, Captain. KB Games says, seriously, you can just not watch it and then don't have to watch it and then come on and do nothing but complain about it. We're not complaining about it, bro. We're reviewing it. That's what we're doing here.
What are you talking about?
KB Games is saying that we shouldn't be complaining about things in the show.
Oh, no. Listen, man. Here's the one thing
that's our job. That's what we're doing.
Here's the one thing that we're going to do. We will always keep it honest and keep it real. And, the reality is that, there are certain things about these shows that we like. And when we talk about them, we're going to just be honest. So, just roll with us here, buddy.
Yeah. This is the deal. That's why we're here. Jay Carson, shut the F up, dude. I don't care what you got to say to me. Okay. No, we're back. Can you guys see this?
Yeah, there was a blip for a second.
I blipped it to get your camera back in, but I didn't think they would notice.
Wow.
All right. Oh, I'm sorry you guys noticed that. Are we good? Everyone here? Okay. All right, we're moving on. All right, now they're going to search the ship. They're going to search the ship. They're going to find the two survivors, the human and the species of unknown origin. And here's the species of unknown origin.
Which I thought this was actually cool. So let me give an upvote here. I did like, that it was a species we'd never seen before. And I love that the universal translator's down and there's some confusion. And this is definitely an interesting looking character.
Yeah, you know what I like about this? And I'm going to give it an upvote too. I like that it's not just a dude with a prosthetic on his chin, his nose, and his forehead. Because that's what Star Trek does a lot. They go, well, we got a prosthetic here on their nose, on their chin, on their nose, and on their forehead, and maybe something on their ears. And then we'll give them like little dots or something on their face. And that's a new alien. No, this is like, this alien this entire facial structure is totally different. It got the weird, it's cool. It's cool. And it's protecting the girl that's in there that we're going to see right now. And its language is so different that even the universal translators Can't figure it out.
No, it said the universal translators are down.
Oh, were they?
It didn't say it couldn't figure it out.
Oh,
It was
I see.
down.
Okay, so probably good. All right. I like this alien a lot. That's cool.
Now, I don't like this scene, and I want to downvote this. This is what frustrates me about the show. And there are great things about the show, but this Uhura thing is driving me crazy. Okay? Basically, if you go back just a second, this thing's threatening them. They really don't know anything. They don't know what it's saying, right? And Uhura says, well, there's someone else inside. We have to assume that it's protecting that thing, and therefore it's safe for us to put our weapons down and just trust that it'll trust us. And listen, we all know that we want Uhura to be this character that's smart and stuff like that. But you've got the captain, you've got the security officer, you've got everybody there, and they're just like, okay, well, they don't agree with her. They're just like, well, we hope you're right. So, Cadet, you're in charge now, and we'll put our weapons down, and hopefully you're right. Oh, and magically she's correct.
That's true.
And I'm sorry, that kind of thing just is not. I just don't like it. I think there's they're trying to write Uhura into a pattern, and I don't know why she has to be the character that does this every episode. So right. I mean, she's original series. We love her. Yes, that's great. Let the captain be the captain sometimes, guys, and just let or the security officer who been in these situations. Let somebody else be the hero.
Yeah. We find out later on that La'an is leaving the ship, right?
We do, yeah.
Oh, I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, he's protecting a little girl.
Okay, so it is now Aliens. So we've gone from Star Trek to the movie Aliens, because that's Newt right there from Aliens.
Right.
Okay, so guys, this is another thing. Downvote for me.
Okay.
Very uncreative storytelling is about to happen. Very, I don't know why you would choose another science fiction franchise to copy. We don't know a lot about the Gorn, and that's fine. But here's what we do know about the Gorn. They're not aliens. They're not, those xenophobic creatures from the movie Alien. And they've really made them out to be that way.
Right.
And as we go out throughout this episode, I'm really not happy with how they did the Gorn. So.
Yeah, I like the idea of the Gorn like laying their eggs in humans.
Yeah, that's cool.
So my thought was that it was like this violent process when they explained it. Like they literally have to like lay their eggs in them the way like a violent race would do it. Like they're using other races as food and for breeding. But
right. I thought they killed them. Yeah.
Right. What's that?
Yeah, I thought they killed them and then planted their eggs in them. That's kind of what I thought.
Right. Yeah, and then when they sprayed the goop on them, I'm like, oh no! And right then I knew that's how they do the egg thing, and I knew that was going to come up. I mean, dude, the Gorn can just take over the entire galaxy. Like they are that powerful, that strong, and they have spaceships, dude.
Well, we're almost there. Yeah. So let's keep going because you're right. And as there's going to be a lot more things that happen that are going to allow us to filter that, talk about that.
By the way, I love that we finally got to see the Gorn, even though it was a little disappointing. I like the idea of the Gorn, and I don't think they've ever been done correctly, including in the original series, to be honest.
Well, the original series is what they are. So you have to, that's what the character is. So I don't know how you do them wrong. That's the original Gorn. So,
well, so that was just such a simplistic thing, though. It was like, obviously it was a guy in a suit, but like, it was so simple and so one-dimensional. It was Kirk versus Monster.
Right.
So the second you add lore to it, though, outside of TOS, that retroactively makes that episode of TOS not as good. Because now that you're adding dimensions to these characters, that episode is not as good because,
right.
It's not being spelled out. So,
but the lore should also connect to what we know about the character. So to some degree, like, it should look like, kind of like the original character looks. These look like, I don't know, like, I couldn't quite figure it out. Like, is it a snake? Is it a reptile? What was it? It really was hard to kind of tell.
well, they had the same eyes. They had those like bulbous fly eyes. So I noticed.
Yeah, that's true.
I
Yeah.
noticed they tried to do that, and we didn't
Mhm.
actually see the grown up Gorn. So we have not yet. The design of the creatures for me is not a problem because we haven't seen what they look like grown up.
Well, but she said it was almost fully grown by the time, and this is I guess we're going to talk about it now. So downvote it again, because I'm sorry, one Gorn can take out the entire crew. They're just not strong enough to even take on one Gorn, 8, 10, 12 of them. That's what Lon said. Now in TOS, Kirk was one guy, and yeah, he might have gotten killed by that Gorn, but I'm sure that if him and Spock and a couple of red shirts and maybe somebody else, yeah, I'm sure they could have taken that Gorn, man.
I think
So
I think just Kirk with a phaser could have taken that Gorn.
this is right. So, and that's fine. Maybe make it 2. Maybe they're powerful, but they're so powerful that the entire crew cannot take out one Gorn. Exactly what you said a minute ago, Brian. Why have they not just taken over the entire Alpha Quadrant? Right? Why are they not completely just? They're so OP now that it's ridiculous. And these babies come out, and then these babies come out, and then immediately just kill everyone.
Yeah, the babies to me are more frightening than the bigger ones.
And it's just like, I get it. You're trying, a little bit of a ripoff of Aliens. They had the comes out of the way they're born. Okay, that's okay. I was okay at that point. But the fact that this crew basically has to trick them into killing themselves was very frustrating for me.
KB, I understand you're getting hung up on the idea that he said the entire crew. I get it. Yes, it's not the entire crew. It's a away mission. You need to chill
there's
out,
12 people.
It's still, there's 12 people versus one person.
Right.
The idea sticks. 12 people versus one alien. The alien shouldn't be so strong that 12 people can't deal with it. Additionally, if you make it that strong, you gotta make it bound to a planet or something. It can't also have spaceships.
Yeah, it can't it would just take over everything. I mean, there's no, and you saw them in their spaceships. Their spaceships were better than ours.
Right. So,
what's stopping them? It's just, listen, I know you want a cool bad guy. You want the Borg, I get it. And the Gorn are becoming that, but they've made the Gorn so OP that what's their weakness? The fact that they attack each other now, they don't get along, or I don't know, how do more than one alpha? They kind of back themselves into a corner by saying that only one of these babies will survive now. They'll kill all the other ones. Well, how do they survive on a ship with a bunch of them? Right. So there's like this whole, it's just very confusing. And, I don't know. I'm just disappointed by the story.
Their weakness is love.
All right, I'm down for that. Okay, I mean, but let's make it.
They are the Flash.
They are the Flash. Let's make it so that at least 3 human beings can kill one Gorn. Okay, is that cool?
Yeah. So and so that's the problem. We've established that Kirk can at least hold his own with nothing but a stick and a rock versus the Gorn. Versus a Gorn.
Some gunpowder and some other stuff he was able to make. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. He was able to fashion together. No futuristic weapons. Right. No phasers. These guys have phaser rifles, and there's 12 of them. I think they should be okay, right? No.
I just think that if they would have made it so that they're stronger and more powerful, I would have been totally down. If Lon would have been like, hey, make sure you're in groups of 3 because no 2 people are going to take down one Gorn, I would have been like, that makes sense to me. But literally, if it becomes adult or grown, none of us can ever take out the Gorn. We need to run. And I'm like, okay.
We need to run. We're never going to defeat the one Gorn.
Okay. It's kind of, listen, I'm not trying to be an asshole. I'm being, honest here. And anybody who a little bit of common sense applied to this, who saw the original series, will understand this is not a new villain, and this doesn't make any sense.
Sure.
Okay.
I agree with you. I like the idea, by the way, Chris, of only alphas coexisting, but that also doesn't make sense because alphas need betas, right?
Maybe not in there. I get that. Okay, let's say there's 4 aliens, 4 Gorn born to each being that it inhabits, right? And of those 4, the other 3 get killed off by the one, and that one can cohabitate with all the other ones. I'm okay with that. But that one alpha better be able to be killed by at least 3 people. That's all I'm going to say about that.
Okay. Yeah, because imagine if you put like weapons into their hands. Now they're like unstoppable machines with weapons and starships. Like the Klingons aren't the problem here, guys.
Right. Yeah, that's true.
All right. So back to this. Uhura and Hemmer are fixing stuff again, and I guess Hemmer's trying to give her advice because she's like, I've just been drifting.
This is her. Well, and yeah, this is her journey, her path. We're going to find out whether she's going to stay on Starfleet. Surprise, she does. She will actually stay on the ship.
Oh my God! Spoiler alert, Shane.
Yeah. So we do.
You have to warn us if you're going to give us spoilers, Shane.
I just, and it's cool. I just don't know if you need to spend this much time on the drama of Uhura contemplating her future when we know what her future is. How about we contemplate the future of La'an, because we don't ever see that character again. So we really don't know what's going to happen to them.
That's a good point.
Her. Yeah.
That's a great point. All right. Speaking of La'an, she gets gnarly with the kid because she's like, why didn't you warn us?
That was hilarious. That was, you know what? Upvote that one.
Yeah. So to be fair, La'an's right there. And that kid never explains why she didn't warn anybody, even with her friend, her big friend there too.
Yeah. Well, she's got her own emotional trauma. She was a kid who went through basically the exact same thing or similar situation. So she's like, she's having a true mental trauma right now, I guess, with the way she's talking to this kid. And, she's right all the way through. I just think it's funny the way M'Benga's got to be like, and then I got to downvote M'Benga right now.
Yeah, downvote. He did the daughter thing.
Yeah. You stop talking to my daughter that way. All right,
don't talk to my daughter that way. He was like, my patient.
Okay, so this is what we're talking about at the beginning of this whole thing about when you're writing for for like dramas, and when you're writing for like soap operas, and it's like you don't need to go with every trope. Like, he just got over his daughter. He was happy. She found out she survived. He should not be tormented over his daughter right now. We solved that problem. Now, had they not ended last episode or that episode, if they had not ended it where he got to see his daughter again, like we felt like they should have and paid it off maybe in season 2, this would have been fine. It would have been like, he's still obviously traumatized over what happened. But no, we got the happy, huggy ending.
He got instant closure, yeah.
Right. So why are we doing this episode? It's like the writers forgot what they wrote the previous episode or something. I don't know.
And where do the Gorn fit in? La'an? What's her accent? Is that Australian? What is that?
I think she's British.
British. Okay. It's funny because Archmage said Hemmer was created purely for the purpose of convincing Uhura to stay in the Starfleet.
Oh shit! Stop, dude. Don't make it worse for me. Stop. Don't give me more reasons to be mad this week.
Some of these guys, they really know us, man. You guys,
I am a little pissy over him.
Some of you guys really know us. That's funny. All right. So now they're gonna do a security sweep. Blah 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 blah.
Although I do love M'Benga, dude. I really like him.
I love him. I like his character. He's very Teddy Smooth.
He's calm, yeah.
He's calm, he's collected. Yeah.
I like him.
You're kind of in your future when there's people dying left and right.
I don't know if I want to stay in Starfleet, but we may not survive this entire thing. Wait, Did that just what happened? Oh, sorry.
that's hyperbole, but it's funny. All right. Then they explain. He's explaining why he called her daughter. By the way, just so you know, Mbenga, La'an doesn't care that you said that.
It's obvious she doesn't care, right?
It's obvious that she doesn't care. She probably figured that out the second you said that, and it's not bothering her, and that's it.
And we understood, even though we didn't like it. You didn't need to say it for us.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, you didn't need to explain what you just did. That's like saying, ready? I just took a drink of Coke. Coca-Cola Zero. And now I will take another drink.
They do a lot of that in these Star Trek shows.
They do a lot. Like, I feel like some of the writers are like, our fans are just idiots. And if we don't explain it, then my Twitter feed will be blowing up for people trying to explain it for me.
God, that's possible. It's possible they write it this way so that they don't. Yeah, no, right? Gosh, horrible.
But I don't need that in my DMs. I just don't. Michelle, but we just showed him what he did. Yeah, but you know what? Just make him tell the other character what he did, because people are dumb. They're all just dumb, sweaty nerds.
That's it.
Sweaty man babies. You know terms like that get thrown around.
Did you see Beavis and Butthead?
Oh, I loved it.
Oh my gosh,
I loved it.
The scene where they go through the college and they go through the gender course.
Yes, and they're like, "Oh my god, I have white male privilege." Hell yes.
Mike Judge is a genius, bro. A genius.
They go on a rampage, just doing whatever they want, bro.
Oh, well, that was the funny, but the part that they're telling them what, they're basically saying, this is why you have this and that. It was basically a hit against them and also a hit against Beavis and Butthead.
It's very well done.
But it was really probably the best satire next to like South Park. That was probably the best satire.
It really pulled off. All right. Back to this. So Spock is like really jumpy this whole time, and I don't really know why. So is it because he's going through something personal, or is it because the ship he's on is making him pensive?
I think that he thought he was scared, I think, because that moment just before when that scene happens, I know what you're talking about, where he's jumpy and the captain, I mean, it was kind of a suspenseful moment where it looks like he might be confronted by something. So I think it was a pretty natural reaction. Not extraordinarily Spock-like, but listen, they get off the hook on everything. When you watch The Cage, or when you watch that first thing and he gets out of the ship and he's like, "Hey, Captain, how are you doing?" Right? When Spock gets out and does that, everything else is forgiven. He can pretty much do anything he wants up to that point, because that's the character we saw.
Yeah, because we saw a moment where he was still growing.
Right.
So
we have to assume he's growing through this entire thing. Right. So because we get several moments of emotion during this episode from Spock.
Right. All right. So Chapel discovers there's something going on with this dude. And again, I got to give it a downvote. I don't understand why they're so cavalier about the Gorn when they know what happened.
Well, you know what it is? You have to, because Mbenga did scan them and said there's nothing.
Right, but so but they already heard the captain of the other ship say they scanned them and there was nothing.
I didn't hear that. So I don't remember that happening. You might have seen that, but I don't recall that. I don't think that they would have heard that, because if that was the case, when they learn that their scanning doesn't work, they're surprised. So either the writing was bad or maybe you heard something that wasn't right.
All right. Well, either way, knowing what we know about the Gorn and seeing this guy like, that's what it sounds like when my round table pizza shows up.
Comes in your office.
He's like breathing hard. His heartbeat's elevated. He's got sticky stuff all over him. How many clues do you need that this dude is about to explode? Or have I just seen so many science fiction movies that I know it's going to happen?
Yeah, of course. And that's part of the suspense of the moment. I'm not really upset with him other than the fact that here's basically the problem. Chapel leaves this cadet in here alone with the creature. So as soon as the cadet's like below the creature on the ground, like I'm not sure what the heck she's doing down there.
Recalibrating the biobed.
She's down there a long time, and I'm like, oh yeah, they're killing her in just a second, 100%. And then the kid goes off to the corner and like closes its eyes and does a total Newt by like when Newt like crawled up into the walls.
Right.
So good job, writers, on stealing that from James Cameron.
What if they had like a pitch meeting, and what they didn't know is like one of the writers, let's call him Teddy Smooth.
We know who Teddy Smooth is.
Had just had like an alien marathon with his D&D buddies.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh guys, I have a great idea for this episode. Okay.
Let's just copy aliens. Yeah.
So here's a fun alternative history, right? What if Chapel saw the labored breathing, saw the weird marks and all that, and was like, this dude's about to explode. And she knew that the creature needed a sacrifice. And she like, hey, I'm going to grab this spanner. You reset the biobed there, and I'll be back in like however many time it takes for them to kill you.
Now you're Paul Reiser from Aliens, because he sent him in there to get impregnated by the aliens. So I see what's going on here. So this is more aliens.
More aliens, bro. Yeah. Chapel's truly devious. We just don't know yet.
Oh, yeah. She's still macking on Spock, even though everybody's getting killed around him. It's cool.
Yeah. I mean, I'd be macking on Spock, too.
Yeah, good point.
Spock daddy.
There's our cadet who's about to die.
Yeah. I was like, should we care about this person? Because it looks like an actress that's like, it looks like someone we should care about. Like, but then I realized right then, I was like, oh, wait a minute. I don't know who this person is. I'm like, oh, she's going to die. Like, for sure. Like, they didn't even give her a name. Like, in that movie, Galaxy Quest.
She had a name.
A name that I would remember it, because they gave her the name right this episode, right?
Yeah.
When you get a name in the episode, like you're introduced as a background character, like, oh, you're probably not gonna make it. When
oh my God, they're gonna kill Guy. Oh my God, everybody, they're gonna kill
Quest,
him.
Yeah. In Galaxy Quest, the guy's like, I died in that episode. What was my name? It's
Sam
Guy.
Rockwell.
You're Guy, and he's like, I'm just Guy. I'm Guy number 35.
Oh, I love this. Chris, this is such a great comment here. Was waiting for Uhura to come out in a power loading mech suit. Perfect comment.
That's funny. I don't see that comment on here, bro.
It's scrolled up a bit, but it's there.
Oh. I thought Kirk was Guy too. Samuel Kirk. He is Guy. I'm not going to downvote this, but he should have been hurt this episode. Why are we not hurting Samuel Kirk?
They didn't get the joke after they started doing it. It would have been great to do that, but instead they made him like this character who obviously doesn't listen to anybody, gets mad, and what is he? He's insubordinate. Everything.
He reminds me of like a crypto bro. Like one of those finance bros. Like everything is cool one minute, like the second his like worldview is challenged, he gets upset and like lashes out, and then instantly calms down the next second. It's like someone like I totally expect that Samuel Kirk trades in crypto stocks in the morning before his shift.
Yeah, no,
he bought Doge at like 69 cents.
Well, it's funny because Pike's like kind of giving him the whole like, oh yeah, it's okay. That's the way he is.
It's fine. It's the way he is.
It's fine. It's fine. But he gets in Spock's face. He gets a little crazy.
And then he calms down, and like he has like crazy mood swings. Like Samuel Kirk is clearly bipolar.
Yes, unbelievably bipolar. Here we go. There's another Newt scene. There we go. Shh, they'll hear us. Let's
Okay.
move on.
My chat has stopped working, and there's so many comments that I would like to.
Oh, I'll be happy to say them for you.
Yeah. Well, thank you for that. Let me just keep going. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead, Sam.
All right. I don't know. I can't see what's happening there.
Oh, it's I don't know.
Okay, there we go. Terrifying look. Here it comes. And this is where like the little aliens are like breaking forth. They even had the moment where it breaks through the skin and like it goes, wah! Right, and it comes out, and then it kills her immediately.
Wait, is Doge at 63 cents right now? I gotta go sell. Okay. Doge is not 63 cents. It's like 6 cents.
I don't know. I don't care.
It's like 6 cents. I know. I have 1,000 shares.
They mostly come out at night. Mostly. Different, John. I don't know why Newt had this accent like this. Mostly
come out at night. Oh man, I can't copy his comment because he always puts. John, just so you know, when you put like the emojis on there, like the 15 emojis, I can't put your comment on screen. So use one emoji, my dude.
But I do like the comments.
Yeah, they're all good. Yeah. All right. All right. So she gets. I don't know. How is it that the little babies like insta-gib these like full-grown adults?
I don't want to go there. I've already like frustrated me. You know, I don't like that the Gorn are so OP that they just kill everybody that they look at.
But shouldn't it take longer to kill someone? Like even if the Gorn are smart and like went for like the femoral artery or like the jugular or something.
Oh, you're gonna die pretty fast.
Yeah, but not
if you get a jugular.
But not in seconds though, right?
It's TV seconds, so it's
All right.
We can't have expanded death scenes, where they're wiggling around on the ground. You start to get the R rating or whatever,
Also, it seems unnecessary if you're not going to kill for food. They're just like killing to kill.
You're going to make me downvote again. Better stop.
I'm sorry. These are problems.
There are. They're all issues.
All right. Lieutenant Duke is getting his wounds treated.
This is what Kirk gets mad over. It's like, give me a break, man. Do you know how many people are non-emotional over Duke's death, and he's gonna like go against the Vulcan?
Yeah.
Right. For being not emotional over it.
Yeah. Yeah. The whole room is like, oh yeah, we saw it. We saw it coming.
Yeah. Yeah. He died. Right.
Like, oh no, oh no, Duke died. Oh. There was more emotion for Wade dying on Obi-Wan than when Duke died. Oh man.
Oh no, they killed Duke.
Oh no, they killed Duke. Let me get his shoes. He's got nice shoes. All right. Yeah, don't beat yourself up. These things happen. All right, no big deal. And then he instantly dies.
Look at him, Bango. Can you see him, Banga, turn? And the look on his face is like...
How is the little creature pulling?
Yes. How? Downvote.
Yeah, I can't believe this. For the first time
ever. I should be downvoting a whole lot more. But how does the tiny baby alien drag off the 200 and... by the way, he's not skinny, folks.
He's not skinny.
The giant Lieutenant Duke.
I think you're being really generous when you say 200 and anything. That guy's clearly over 300 pounds.
Well, they probably have some sort of regulations in Starfleet.
No, Duke.
Duke. They watch him all go, oh, I almost got you.
They really picked the right name if they're trying to make you like laugh about it like that. Wade, Duke, no. You need the single syllable names for this to work. He's at least 250 pounds. Yeah, at least.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kirk does kind of act like Samuel Kirk, like Guy from Galaxy Quest. He's like always cutting jokes and then freaking out the second he's in danger.
The mustache.
It's the mustache.
Yeah.
Maybe this planet doesn't have Earth-like gravity. They're on they're on a ship though, with artificial gravity.
Yeah.
Wait.
Oh, come on. Give me a break.
I can't get over it, man. Duke!
That's the first thing I thought. I was like, how did that little baby drag that guy out?
Sam, grab him. Keep him still. Look at Sam's like, I ain't grabbing shit, bro.
That's the look on his face right there.
You grab him. There's two of them. Hold him down. I don't want to risk hitting him. And so not only did they drag the full-grown man away, but there was a Vulcan holding on to him.
I don't want to downvote it anymore.
And why is he bleeding so much already?
Hey, it's all the way up around his arms and his head. I don't know what happened.
He was bleeding.
It's eating
so
him from
much.
the inside.
Like with that, like there was enough blood there for. Oh, okay, he's already dead. He's not screaming. That's like two people's worth of blood.
Dude, like look, Lieutenant Kirk. You didn't even go help. Spock at least tried to grab him and save him. And you're mad at him because he's not emotional?
Kirk, grab him. He's like, no.
Come on, guys. You could write that better. Come on. You could have written, come on. It's got to make sense. I mean,
fatality.
You know, it'd been cool if they had Kirk like get mad at everybody, you know, because they didn't, but he didn't even try to help him. So shut up. All right, keep going.
Oh, fascinating, huh, Vulcan? Yeah, I feel like maybe all Kirks are just a little racist, right? And they're like, Vulcans.
What?
Vulcans must really bother them. And then like James Kirk ends up being friends with Spock, and that's what changes his outlook. And then he switches his racism from Vulcans to Klingons. Or speciesism?
He does not like Klingons. Yeah, no, he does not like Klingons. We learned that early on. But
dirty,
you know,
Klingon
does eventually kill him. You killed my son.
All right. All right, so back to Chapel. Whatever.
You said that like it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. None of this matters. So Chapel is talking to La'an. And that's when they discover that the sensors don't work.
Yes, this is when they learn that they don't scan them or whatever.
I don't know. I feel like they should have known already.
I mean, we'll have to go back and look, because if you are right that happened, then that wouldn't make no sense. But I just feel like, holy cow, that would have been terrible.
They just like didn't pay attention. Okay.
Right.
All right. Moving on. Nothing. And then they're looking for the girl. Okay, so the girl goes to the coldest part of the ship. Is that also an alien ripoff?
No, the cold didn't have anything to do with it.
Okay. I feel like this kid has information she's just not sharing, though. That bothers me just a little bit. But that's fine.
Yeah.
She was part of the Gorn colony or whatever, right? So she's just like La'an, where like they set her off?
Yeah, I believe so. That's what they made it sound like. They captured her in space.
All right. Okay. All right, we leave here, we die. The Gorn got him, blah, 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 blah. Okay. Now we're back to Uhura and Hemmer. And, you know, Hemmer's just giving Uhura advice. Just a lot of advice. Doing great. What was that? What was that?
I mean, I love the whole little mentor thing. Now, here's the other question, right? Did it happen yet? Because, okay, check this out. When the captain did the ship-wide communication,
right,
he didn't mention that the Gorn were killing people.
Oh, he didn't?
He didn't. And these two hadn't run into the Gorn yet. And I was thinking, why didn't he say it so that they would be warned that the Gorn are killing people?
Right. Open ship-wide communication. Sir, it's on. They killed Duke! They killed Duke!
I would have been okay with that, but he should have said, look, you know, I don't know. All I know is it didn't make sense. I don't enjoy being critical of this stuff, because I want Strange New Worlds to be the best Star Trek ever, and then I want next Star Trek to be even better.
Right.
So it frustrates me actually when we go backwards like this.
Yeah. So the reason I'm skipping Hemmer, guys, is like nothing happened of note. So he's talking to her, he's giving her advice, and they're basically in one episode they're trying to make it seem, I guess two technically, or 1.5 or 1.25, trying to make it seem like Hemmer had this like this profound, mark on Uhura's life, like between like Spock got a lot from Hemmer and Uhura got a lot from Hemmer. They're trying to like make this hero, this character, important in this one episode when they barely use him the whole season, so that when he dies, this is the psychology, just so you know. They're trying to build him up while they can, so that the audience has a connection to him, because they've misused him the rest of the season, to be honest.
Right.
So they're trying to make it look like he had some kind of a profound effect on people's lives, so that they would be upset. And by proxy, we would be upset because of this profound character, but we've only seen him for a total of maybe 3 episodes, maybe.
Yeah, we got him. We probably got him in 4 or 5. I think would be fair, because he was gone for 3 in a row.
In passing, we saw him in other episodes, though. He wasn't really part of it. So
I'll tell you the reason why they got rid of Hemmer.
Why?
You got rid of Hemmer because they're going to bring Scotty onto the show. That's why.
Oh, really?
I'm sure that's what it is, because Kurtzman was talking in the after show, and they said they wanted to be careful not to bring too many legacy characters on all at once. And so when they brought in Uhura, they kind of wanted to bring in Mr. Scott, but they didn't. So they brought Hemmer in and created the character of Hemmer. But you can pretty much be guaranteed we're going to get Scott probably next season, if not season 3. But he'll probably show up sometime in the middle of season 2.
That's interesting. Now, why couldn't they bring in Scott off the deck?
Oh, well, they said they were concerned about bringing too many legacy characters in from the beginning. And they must have done the show and realized, this isn't really working. This guy is going to become this incredible engineer, and he's not going to be able to be here for more than a year or two, because Scotty's got to come in. So I think that's probably what happened.
Well, you should have given us another season.
Why can't he have 2 seasons and go off and just retire or go do something? This character had so much more to give, and it's just really disappointing. I mean, yeah, he's the reason why Uhura is going to be in Starfleet, so that's cool. He's got a legacy, but there's so many things that this character could do that just a waste. I don't know why get rid of him. I hope more comes out that we learn about Bruce Horak and what happened with his character and why we're not continuing to get it, because season 2 better be like, Scotty better show up, because that's the only thing that's going to make me think that it was worth losing this character for.
Yeah, you know what? If Scotty is coming in season 2, we're going to get a moment in the final episode, the final moments of the next episode, where they ask for a transport or something, and the camera's gonna pan up like a gold shirt or red shirt or whatever that you wore, and you're gonna hear the Irish or Scottish accent where he's like, "Hi, Captain, giving them all power," and that will be the end. It'll be something like that. They won't even show their face. It'll be.
I hope they do that,
because they sort of did that with Skybok, right?
Yeah, Sybok. Yeah, they did.
Sybok,
and we'll get more. We're going to get more Sybok. Vader says something good here. The Doctor is a seat holder as well. 100% true. We will get Bones at some point, but Mbanga's there all the way through. For sure, we know Mbanga's there all the way through the cage. So Mbanga's going to be with us for a while still.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, moving on through this. This isn't safe inside the ship. Yeah, we can fight them. Yeah. So I guess the previous crew tricked the Gorn into going outside where it was too cold for them.
Right, and then they got killed too, yeah.
And they got killed, but the Gorn also died outside the ship? Is that what happened?
Yeah. So the Gorn's one weakness, I guess, is cold.
And love.
And love. Cold and love.
Weakness.
Hug a Gorn, everything will be cool.
Yep. Yep.
I just don't like the way this creature looks. Look at that right there. I don't like that. It looks more like a lizard or a... I don't know why. Because they said it was almost full maturity, didn't they?
Yeah. So they said they have 3 stages, though. And like, if the stage between the little guy and this guy is one stage, then you've got to assume the next stage is also a drastic change.
They better be walking upright. That's all I got to say.
Oh yeah, they have to be. Yeah, they have to be. They have to be. And I think they got the eyes right. The eyes look right to me. This is like a juvenile.
Can you pause it on the eyes?
Yeah, right here.
I don't know. Maybe. It looks, you know what it does? It looks like a grasshopper or something, or it looks like an insect. It doesn't look like a reptile. That's where I'm having my problem. It looks like an insect, not a reptile. Am I wrong?
No, you're not wrong, but you're not right either. I believe the head shape has a very insect, like a pupa looking head shape. But
yeah,
it has scales. It looks like scales and has teeth. I don't know. Maybe you're right.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get a clear shot of it, but
looks kind of like an iguana.
Ooh, an iguana. Maybe like that's the first, and that's the stage before they get into the upright, right?
Yeah, I kind of would have liked to see. No way to pause it on that little body.
I'm trying
right?
to, but it happens so quickly.
Now.
Yeah.
Oh no! Of course you pause it on Uhura.
Can't help it, dude. She's so hot.
She's good looking. That's your problem. No, I'm getting. I'll protect you.
There it is.
Bam. There it is. Okay, so, well, the eyes are not black.
No, they're multifaceted, like a fly. That was the eyes that he had too. The other Gorn.
No, the other Gorn's eyes were black, but of course it was a suit. It's got a big old long tail. I don't know. Maybe you're right. Maybe as a full-grown thing, it stands upright and it's able to walk on 2 legs. It just needs to be. To me, it needs to be able to walk on 2 legs. It needs to be more human than monster. Not more human, more humanoid than I don't know. Maybe a good hybrid of the both, and definitely as long as 2 or 3 people can take one down, then we're good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So right then, when he got hit with the goo, and it's not acid like the Prometheus aliens. Interesting enough.
Yeah.
So that's like how they lay eggs, right?
Would this okay? And then of course, now does this baby lay eggs already? I guess.
Yeah, this juvenile. Turn your phone off, Shane.
It's not on.
It's vibrating.
Okay.
Yeah. So can the juvenile in stage 2 already lay eggs? That's interesting, because that makes this entire species just intensely dangerous in every way.
Yeah.
Like, they can propagate themselves throughout the universe with giant ships, and no one can kill them.
Right.
I don't know.
It's just a little bit too much.
It is too much. You're right. Although I still want to see an all-out war with the Gorn.
I now need to see. I'm like you now. I'm like disappointed I didn't get to see an actual Gorn,
An adult
Gorn. I feel like we were cheated a little bit.
This is when Guy.
You have to. Oh yeah, that's right.
What were you saying? You had to what?
I was gonna say you. Never mind. You said if you don't see the Gorn, you're gonna downvote it next time. But you did technically see the Gorn, so.
That's true. I technically did. Damn you! This is when Guy / Samuel Kirk gets all mad at Spock.
So dumb.
They killed Duke right in front of you, Spock. Hey, right in front of you too, Kirk. And you
And
stood there
you
scared.
didn't do anything.
Yeah. Also, the Gorn like cluck like chickens, like they. It's
No, like dinosaurs. That's what it. No,
oh,
wait.
like velociraptors.
Didn't Pike tell Kirk to grab him and hold on to him? And
Right.
he said no.
No, he didn't
Didn't that
say
happen?
no. He didn't say no. He just stood there frozen.
Yeah, downvote that punk.
All right, downvote away because he got mad at
Come on,
Spock.
dude.
He just
Got
died
mad
right in front of you. Yeah, he died in front of you too, dude. At least
Maybe
Spock
he's
was
projecting.
grabbing him.
Maybe he's projecting. Maybe he's mad at himself.
Yeah, Gorn's cluck, like velociraptors.
That was pretty good.
That wasn't bad, right?
That's pretty good.
I have some pretty decent impressions sometimes. I went back too far, bro. Oh, here we go.
Ah!
All right. Blah, 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 blah. And this when they figure out that apparently telepathy doesn't work on them. The sensors don't work on them. They have evolved to be like these perfect killing machines.
Yes, they are the sharks of the Alpha Quadrant.
They're sharks with spaceships.
The great whites.
They're great whites
spaceship.
with spaceships. Velociraptors with spaceships.
That's it. Velociraptors with spaceships. Nice.
But they aren't fully mature, so we can still kill them.
No, they can't. They just made that very, very certain.
That's the weak spot is we can work together. That's advantage. Their weak spot? Love.
I don't know where that came from.
All we need is love. Oh. And we gotta create a choke point. Make them come to us. Like that's not really been a problem though. They've been coming to you guys for a while.
Uhura always has all the answers, of course.
Yeah. We can draw them out. Great. Now we're bait.
See, I like him as like the whiny, snivelly kind of, turd.
Right.
That's okay.
All right.
Be more like Guy.
Hey. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10.
He needs to be the pithy comic relief, and he's not.
Yeah, he needs to study the character on Galaxy Quest and be that guy.
Yes, be that guy.
Oh my god. That scene from that movie when all the little cute aliens come out.
Oh yeah.
And they're like, oh, that one's hurt. Oh. And the
others are going to help it.
The Uhura character's gonna get. She's like, oh, that needs help, and the guy grabs it and goes, shh. Do you guys not watch the show?
I know. I love that. It's so great.
It was so good. It's useless than fighting back against the Gorn. I love how the security officer's like, that's it. We all die. We're done. We can't do anything about it.
I mean, I know she's got her trauma, and I get
Right.
it, but it's like, I don't know. Is she right? I mean, maybe she's wrong. Maybe I'm upset over nothing, and the Gorn can't just slaughter all of us. You slaughter them all. Maybe she's just being weird.
I don't know.
She's supposed to be the only expert on the Gorn we have, so we got to believe her, I guess.
Yeah. All right, Spock gets mad. He's like, oh!
Well, what did he say? He goes, let it into your heart.
The rage that is in my thoughts.
It's kind
I
of
let
weird.
it into my heart.
I'm so sorry, guys. If you're loving it, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's just
It's
dumb.
cringy. It's cringy.
It's cringy. That's exactly what it is. It's cringy. Couldn't he just have a moment where he was like, struggling with himself, and then all of a sudden, you could see the transformation? It's called acting. It's in my head right now. I'm blocking my frustration. I let it into my heart. I mean, it's just like, what are we doing here?
It's called method acting.
That's method. It's like,
No, it's not. It's like
interacting or something.
Like transference, perhaps? I don't even know. All right, so he gets mad at nothing.
He gets mad and he starts beating things up, and he never actually does. He even
No.
Does anything happen with him? Is he just stabbing things? What's going on?
He's just stabbing
You like stabbing the walls, or I mean, didn't they just say? Didn't they just say the Gorn are supposed to like take a challenge, right? And they're supposed to want to fight you. Isn't that what? Okay.
Yeah. So yeah,
but that didn't happen. That Gorn was running away.
So someone said the Gorn all make like the same. They make all the predator sounds, and you're right. Growling, clucking, gurgling. They make all the noises. They've turned on each other, so now they're fighting. Blah blah blah. Okay. The girl. What do we do now? Yeah. By the way, what happened to that little girl?
Oh, she made it all the way to the end.
I lost track of her.
Yeah, she made it. In fact, that's why La'an's leaving. To take her to help find her family.
Right. I went too far again. Okay. All right, here we go. I'm unarmed. It's just you and me. Why is she unarmed?
Okay, I'm so sorry. Why did she put her gun down? Why? Because a challenge, when you challenge the Gorn, they are going to come at you because they want to challenge. But you had to throw your weapon away in order to get it to come out of hiding? I'm lost.
Yeah, I'm lost too. What? How does this make any sense? Because she has a weapon, the Gorn is like, oh no, that's too much for me. I gotta wait until it's less of a challenge.
Right.
That'll make no sense.
It don't make any sense. Downvote.
Downvoting, boss. All right. And there's a Gorn.
There's the caterpillar. I mean, look at that. Is not a Gorn. That is an insect.
That's a great shot. I'm gonna.
That is a nice screenshot. Actually, kind of like the makeup. Yeah, upvote the.
Kind of like it.
Yeah, it's kind of hot.
It's kind of hot. Yeah.
But it doesn't look like a Gorn though. Sorry.
No, it doesn't. Sorry, I had to screenshot that real quick. Yeah, it's a cool image though.
Yeah, upvote the good job on the makeup.
It's not makeup, it's computer graphics, yeah. Yeah, whatever.
I came to a time when you actually did that.
Right, there was a time. And she's fighting with it, whatever. I don't know.
You have Shane. Spock is going home, Mr. Furious. That's right, John. I'm sorry. I shouldn't bad talk sexy Spock. Come on.
Spock Daddy.
Hammer's going down. Oh, yeah, we did it. That's it. We got him.
So
you didn't do anything,
Kirk, you did nothing. You did nothing but complain about everything while the actual people were trying to solve the problem. So,
right.
Nope. All right. And now we get the sacrifice. Shane, explain this.
I mean, what do I explain? This juvenile Gorn implanted eggs into him because apparently the moment they're born, they spread out and put more eggs in people. And now Hemmer, who was born in and lives in -degree temperatures, is unable to go outside and survive while the Gorn are killed, which would have been a fantastic way to end this episode. And then, so instead they killed off Hemmer so that Uhura could join Starfleet.
Yeah, this is an absolute mistake. Not just because I like... Yes, thank you, Vader. That's my thumbnail. You're right. Not because I like Hemmer. I do like Hemmer, but that's not the reason. We've already established from 22 years ago and now this new series that the Aenar live in sub-freezing temperatures.
Yes.
And we've also established through multiple series that the Gorn are susceptible to cold. So,
well, at least this episode, yeah.
I think another episode. I don't know. For sure. In this episode, we determined that. So if the Gorn can't deal with the cold, and they infect a character that loves the cold, then you have your winning formula right there. You have him go out into the hurricane And either he survives there off the mere fact that those things die on his neck, or we see him walk off in the distance. And then we get a payoff on that next season, right? Or even next episode. You know, whatever it is. You didn't have to kill this really impressive character. And in my mind, unceremoniously just killed him off. When there was multiple ways for him to live that would not just fit the story, but also be a cool reason as to why he was unique enough to live. Not just because he had plot armor, but because his species lives in sub-freezing temperatures.
Right, and that's the way it should have gone down. But they wanted to get rid of the character, and this is a good example of when you use writing improperly, like when you write something to get to a destination, and then you end up making mistakes along the way. So when you write for plot, because like, look, okay, we want to kill off Hemmer so Scotty can come on next episode or next season, whatever. Okay, so we need to kill off Hemmer. So in order to kill off Hemmer, well, okay, so in this episode we got the Gorn. We're gonna have him impregnate him. But the problem was a juvenile probably shouldn't be able to impregnate somebody so quickly. So now you got a problem, but you didn't really have another way to kill him. So that's how you did it.
Right.
And that doesn't make sense. And now you're going to send him out in the cold for him to die, which that doesn't really make sense. And in fact, because they were afraid that people would get upset and like, hey, wait, Hemmer can deal with the cold, they just threw him off of a cliff. So, you know, it was just kind of like this series of things that you don't believe. Now, if you just want to come and watch science fiction and be lost in the story, you don't have to worry about all this stuff. And if you enjoyed this episode, there's nothing wrong with that.
No.
And there's nothing wrong with you guys loving what happened here. We're just being honest. And, you know, we're still hopeful that, you know, they will continue to improve. Listen, even TNG, even TOS had Spock's brain, guys. Okay. TNG had multiple dumb episodes. Okay. So it's okay for it to have a bad episode.
Yeah. Voyager,
and we're not,
Voyager had the Kazon.
Voyager had Tom and Captain Janeway having babies.
Yeah.
So
Threshold.
babies.
That was,
yeah. There's
the
lots of
episode,
things.
the best episode of Star Trek, and no one knows why it's so good.
Right. So this can be a complete and utter shit show today and still be great Star Trek going into the future. So don't take our negative attitude to mean that this is the end of the show.
Yeah. Honestly, though, so far, only 2 episodes I have, in my mind, have been subpar out of the entire last 9 episodes. That's a pretty good track record, guys. I don't see a problem with that.
Yeah, I don't either. I mean, mostly we've had very positive experience. I just think they got a little off track here trying to kill Hemmer and keep Uhura in Starfleet.
Yeah. Yeah. But I also believe, though, like you wrote the entire series. You wrote the entire series. And you knew what was going to happen before you shot anything. At some point, someone's like, hey, listen, if we're going to make Hemmer like the motivation for her to stay in Starfleet and for Spock to like live long and prosper and all that, we need to at least have him interacting with the characters more. Even if it's just like, maybe he's not on the mission. Maybe he's interacting with them on the ship. Like, some throwaway dialogue.
Well, him and Uhura do have that. I think they created that relationship this season because they had multiple missions together.
Right.
So I think they successfully did that. The Spock thing was weird. I mean, we're about to see it, I guess. You know, I feel like Spock should have been telling him live long and prosper, not the other way around. But I guess he's not going to live long and prosper. So maybe not. There it is.
Yeah.
And it's just like, okay. I mean, he should do his own thing. I don't know. Yeah,
I'm going to screenshot this too. So you guys know my thumbnail is now the Gorn and this shot right here. This is my thumbnail. And someone's gonna get mad at me and be like, "Oh, spoiler in the thumbnail, bro." I'm like, "Why are you watching a spoiler review?"
That's not a spoiler in the thumbnail, just because he's doing that.
Maybe it is, bro. I think people always like to complain. To be honest, people love to complain. All right. Yeah, I think you're right. I do believe that Hemmer is friends with Spock, and that he was doing this as a gesture to show Yeah, I've been a salty bastard this entire, since I've known you, but I do appreciate your friendship. That's what I think this was.
Fair enough.
Like a man, he's gonna go die on his own to save his family, and he wants to have the most impact in the next minute that he can possibly have.
Right. So we definitely need to upvote Hemmer, the character, going, being the hero and doing the right thing for sure.
Yeah, if Uhura could have survived this, she would have been the hero here. I'm kidding.
We should have had her go out because they wouldn't have killed her.
Yeah. the plot would magically bring her back to life the next episode. No one even talks about the fact that she was infected and fell off the side of the ship.
Saved by Lieutenant Kirk, who we can't kill either.
Like Kenny.
Right.
They killed Uhura. Nope, we're good. Yeah, great character, great actor. I did love. I want to see this actor do more stuff.
I like Uhura's reaction there to Hemmer.
Yeah,
with him going out, how she feels. They did a really good job of connecting that emotionally. So I'll give that an upvote as well.
Man, what a great actor. I feel like it's such a bummer that we lost him in the first season, because how many gigs is this guy gonna get?
Yeah.
He's a blind actor. He's a science fiction Star Trek fan and a blind actor, and he was given the position of playing a blind character on the Enterprise. That had to have been the best moment of his life, only to be in 3 episodes and then killed off by the first season. Like, what a bummer! Like, what an absolute bummer! How many gigs this guy's gonna get as a blind actor?
I mean, he does. I mean, yeah. I mean, there are gigs for him, but you're right. Not like this. Not iconic like this. And give me my upvote, please, for Uhura's reaction.
Okay. What was the reaction you liked? No!
She just showed a lot of emotion to him dying. It obviously was deep and meant a lot to her.
Right.
And she portrayed that appropriately, which is, what we needed to see.
Oh, man. I'm going to miss you, Hemmer. You salty bastard.
He gets outside. He's like, yeah, this is the other thing. It's like he's happy being out here in the cold. You see it initially.
Yeah. They really shouldn't have. They shouldn't have killed him off that way. That was a mistake, bro. It was a mistake.
Yeah.
Look at that. That's a mistake. That is a total mistake. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry. You could have had him wander off into the. You could have had him wander off into a blizzard, and what we as fans could have had the same reaction. Oh, they killed off Hemmer. But then you have a way of actually bringing that character back if it ends up being such a, an amazing character that we think he would have been. Man, what a mistake.
It would have been great. What's cool? They could have explained it away too. That when he went outside and like the temperature in his body lowered, and that killed the eggs inside of him.
Right. Yeah.
There's so many ways they could have done that. They wanted his character gone, bro, for whatever reason, and I'm sure we'll find out soon. I'm sure that he's going to be giving interviews here pretty soon, talking about it. So
maybe he got me too, and we're just waiting.
Maybe.
All right. So and then they're towing the ship, and they have a funeral for Hemmer. Yeah. All right. So that's pretty much it.
Oh, Spock's angry.
No. Oh, I'm punching walls.
Now, this is kind of good in a way because once Spock does get emotional, it is hard for him to put himself back into check. You can tell he's still dealing and wrestling with the control over it. I thought this was going to bug me a lot more than it did, but I was actually okay with it.
It reminded me of that scene from Avengers: Infinity War where like the Hulk is like smashing everything and
sun's going down, big guy.
And that what's her name? Black Widow's like, Hey, big guy. Hey, big guy. Sun's getting real low.
It's a movie trope all since the King Kong.
Yeah.
It is a movie trope.
Yeah, attractive women calm you down. That's true. It adds dopamine, which displaces testosterone and adrenaline, and I guess that makes sense.
Yeah, when you get mad, you should hug somebody, and Absolutely. This is the way to go.
Yeah.
Would have been funny if Spock's hand like just started going down.
Just a little cup.
Be like, sorry, I'm in emotional distress.
I'm in emotional distress, Mrs. Chapel. All right, so we also find out that La'an is leaving the ship.
Yes, but Captain did make her promise to come back when she was done.
No. Come on.
I mean, okay, let's talk about this character specifically. We didn't love La'an as a character, not really.
Right.
But somebody made a comment in the section earlier that basically said, I don't really care about any of these characters yet. And I did a lot of thinking about it. I was watching I was thinking of TNG and how the first couple seasons of TNG, I didn't really love the characters either. It wasn't until like season 3 that I think I really started falling in love with the characters.
Bro, that is where the term came. The series has grown its beard.
Well, that I didn't love him because he got a beard, though. Yes, I understand.
No, but that was
I
the
didn't fall in
indicator.
love with Ryder. He got a beard.
Right.
Right. What it is they started doing more deep character stories. Now we've already started with some pretty deep character stories. So the real question is why haven't we fallen in love with these characters yet? I would argue that I do like Pike quite a bit. And I do. There is like a little bit of a feeling starting to take hold with these characters that will probably get better next season.
Right.
I don't know what's going to happen with La'an's character. We know it doesn't last very long. I have a feeling she's not leaving the show, though, because in season 2, she films with James Kirk, the guy who's coming in to play Kirk. So she films with him during season 2. So if you think she's leaving the show, she's not. She likely will just not be in the final episode of season 1.
Oh, so that's why she's with Kirk, because she leaves this show and this ship or whatever, and she ends up working with Kirk in some way.
Somehow she ends up with Kirk, and then Kirk ends up on the Enterprise. I don't know in what capacity, but so La'an's not gone, if that's what you thought.
Right.
Yeah, Robert Meyer Burnett knows a lot about Star Trek, and he's a great guy to listen to.
Yeah, I just looked. I guess he just tweeted something to us. He's like, great stuff from the Popcast guys. I don't know what he's talking about.
We'll get Robert back on the show soon. I
don't know if he's talking about our video we put out or the show we're doing right now, but
yes, he's talking about the video we put out. Thank
you, Robert. I love you too, man.
We'll get him back on the show. He's a really great guy to do a show with.
He's a good guy. All right. Yeah, that's it, man. That's so it looks like our average was 0.5. At least it's technically still a positive score.
No, it's not, because I got to give my review on the whole episode.
Okay, here we go. All right, let's do it. Go, Shane, go.
I got a downvote for the whole episode. I just didn't like the episode. Wasn't a good episode. So.
Okay. You want
to
explain your thoughts on that? Dang it. Sorry.
I think I said it through the entire thing. Didn't I just say, like...
So you don't want...
all the things...
Just generally speaking.
Okay, so the episode did not represent the Gorn. They ripped off Alien. There were just a ton of things that didn't make sense. I felt like killing off Hammer was a mistake. Yeah, I guess overall, it's not the worst episode. Let's put it this way. It's better than any Star Trek Discovery episode.
Yeah.
Still. So let me put it in that, but it's still not a good Strange New Worlds episode, so it gets a downvote.
Yeah, to be fair, I watched my dog going to the bathroom this morning, and that is more entertaining than Star Trek Discovery.
That's harsh, bro. I didn't even go there.
Atheist said Shane is rarely lower than Brian. That is true. So I am not going to give it an upvote or a downvote for my overall. I'm going to say it had entertaining moments and there was mistakes made, and I think it reflects on my score. But that's it. That's where I'm at.
Fair enough. So it got a 0.
It got a 0. So there's a first. It got a 0. That might be a rare occurrence that it gets a 0.
I hope it is, because I really want this show to continue. Look, man, been a Star Trek fan for 40 years. Okay, I want to continue being a Star Trek fan, so I need more good stuff. I do believe Picard season 3 is probably going to be pretty good. Or at least I hope it is. And I really hope Strange New World season 2 is going to be good. So I'm not giving up hope, just because of one bad episode. Maybe they'll finish strong next week.
All right, that's fair.